So what I'm doing is using this Zoom H1N remote or external recorder. And we're gonna head, ooh, these brakes are touchy. See if I can get some good audio recorded here. Ooh, that's some thunder and rain over there. Yeah, we'll see how this works. Alright, so what do I got? Well, I'm riding the Monster today. I'm gonna go meet up with Scott for some fish and chips. Jake's blowing us off. That's right, this quick shifter doesn't let you shift if if the throttle's completely closed. Kind of weird. Alright, so the problem I've been having with the audio is it's depends on the bike and which one's louder and stuff like that. There's always so much ambient noise that I get clipping and it's too loud. It blows out the damn audio. Yeah, I don't know how far we're gonna get. It looks like where I'm heading is where the damn rain is. So this may not be fish and chips night. This may be a quick ride. I gotta meet up with Scott though. I hate for him to show up and I don't. The only time this entire week I've left the house to go out. This is the only time this week it rained. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna get poured on. And I don't know that this microphone, in fact I know for a fact, is not waterproof. So if it starts raining, I have to turn around and immediately head home or this brand new microphone is gonna get fried. Just like the last one did. I think it's moving that way away from us, but we had a really heavy thunderstorm for 9 minutes and the road's already dried out, but it is like being in a greenhouse right now. The humidity is off the chart. Alright, I'm going to assume that the thunderstorm is 5 miles south and then I'm not going to catch it as I go that way and kind of move away from it because I think it's going that way. So want to go get Scott his new Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and a nice bonus knife he's getting for free that he doesn't know about. And wanted to get Donna's Ducati out for a little spin. She don't ride it much, so it's good to get some gas flowing through it once in a while. And so what I've decided I'm going to try to do, and I may have to play around with the audio levels, is, man, that is pouring right over there, right over Beaufort. I'm going to make a right and I'm going that way away from it, but it went from sunny and beautiful to, hey, there could be a tornado down there. What's funny is this bike was always quick to me, but now I've gotten so used to riding the MT10 and the 14 that it feels slow. Anyway, so what we're doing is trying to get the good quality audio, and the best audio I've been able to get on a camera was DJI, as you've heard before, or if you're a first-time watcher to this, the old it cost me $330 just for the microphone. It was more than the goddamn camera. And the first time I got caught out in the rain, it fried it. And it was very clunky. The DJI microphone is awesome audio quality, but you're dealing with all these multiple parts. You got they got the lavalier microphone that's wired into the helmet. That goes down a cord into my pocket to the transmitter box. that has to then go to the receiver box that has to get mounted to the damn top of the camera. But it can't just mount to the camera. It's got to have a special cold shoe mount. And then it doesn't broadcast into it wirelessly. There's got to be a cable going from the one box to the other. So I got the front of my helmet's weighed down with all this shit. And then you get it wet and it dies and fries the electronics. So I'm back on the Insta360. In retrospect, knowing that I was going to try to go, or knowing now that I'm going with an external mic, I should have just kept my DJI, because that did take better video than the Insta. I feel like I'm going to run right into goddamn rain. And so the Insta360 does give, you know, pretty damn good video. And then it's, the audio is mostly acceptable unless I'm on the MT10. If I'm on the ZX14, it doesn't seem as bad because that bike still has a catalytic converter, even though it's got aftermarket exhaust. But it is not as loud. This thing's loud, and the MT10's really loud. So I've got this thing, and I think on the Insta360 it lets you go to negative 18 dB of sensitivity, which is good until you're really on the gas. It's actually decent until you're going fast. And at high RPMs with the wind noise, it starts getting clipping. It's still usable, but I figured, well, for $100, let me give this a try. So now I've got the camera, $100 external recorder, which unfortunately is in my pocket, so who knows if it'll push the button and stop recording in the middle. Then I've got, no, whatever. We'll see what happens. Get your shitty bikes out of the fucking way. Christ. Share the road, man. Fuck off. Get out of here. Stupid little Huffy. Go get a job and buy a car. I know I sound bitter. I can't stand cyclists on the road. Especially when they just pedal along and doop-doop, and they'll sit there holding up traffic for a mile. I'm in no hurry. Some of us need to get somewhere. And you're riding around in your little spandex tight shorts. It is both distracting and annoying. Alright, big ass bug just slammed into me, so let's see if it didn't hit the camera lens. And let's see. So, anyway, I've got this thing goes down to negative 48 dB. I could turn it down to where I'd almost have to shout into it to pick up anything. So there may be a little fine tuning. I sat in the garage with the big heavy duty fan going, the motor idling, revved it a little, shouted into the microphone just to kind of get an idea of see where we are with the noise level so that it's not clipping, knowing I can always boost the audio. I can boost the audio in my editor, but if it's too loud, if it's blown out clipping and distorted, I'm screwed. Lowering the volume just it doesn't improve the quality at all. So hopefully this works. And I'll be able to maybe even mount the recorder somewhere. I mean, this isn't my bike, but on one of my bikes, maybe I can mount it to something with Velcro so I can see it and see what the noise levels are, and I could adjust it on the fly. Here, I took a guesstimate and put it in my pocket, and I'm hoping nothing's pushing on the buttons. This is a fun bike. Why is a 4x4 worried about hitting a little bump? Oh, it's always funny to me. You see some guy in a goddamn Raptor slow down and barely crawls over a speed bump. It's like, dude, you bought a truck that can jump over other trucks. It's a Baja truck. You're worried about a pothole. Poser. I'm my trail boss. I was like, I wonder if I could jump this speed bump. I would just fly right over it. I'm like, eh. It's got an off-road package and skid plates and Rancho shocks, and You know, it's made for off-roading. Like, I'm not gonna drive it like a pussy. Of course, I also got some scratches and dings on my trucks over the years because I didn't drive them like a pussy. We actually took them off-roading, and I had a couple battle scars. What are you gonna do? Please tell me. I was hoping he was going to turn. Alright, I'm going to pass this jack off in a second here because he's a jack off. I want to get up here on the straightaway where I can give a little gas because I'm trying to do an audio test. So I need to get the wind, I need to get the speed up, get the wind going, get up towards redline and just see how bad the audio is. And it may be that I need to turn the gain up a little bit. Because right now it's probably at like negative 35 dB. It's knocked down a lot. This coast clear. We'll see how the audio levels are. This just doesn't feel as fast. I think the Speed Twin's quicker. You know, Cameron was lighter than me, so he was a little bit quicker on this than I was on the Speed Twin, but I outweigh him by a good amount. This thing just does not. I mean, it's quick. It's a really fun bike. It's perfect for my wife, but I feel like the Speed Twin was quicker, despite what this idiot on the Triumph group said. He's also the guy that didn't know what a correction factor on the dyno was, and he kept sitting there talking about how when I tuned my bike, I didn't know what I was doing. I was tuning blindly. He repeated that, hammered it, tuning blindly on the video of it on the dyno for hours with a professional tuner doing stepped. Tuning it in steps, steady state tuning, which most tuners don't go to that level. They just do sweeps and it's good enough. So talking about tuning blindly in the comment section of the video where we are doing the exact opposite of tuning it blindly. But he's like, there's no way that that bike's faster. I'm like, I'm telling you, dude, it's got more torque, it's got way more mid-range punch. It does weigh a little more than this. But all that torque in mid-range is enough that the extra 6 or 7 horsepower that this might make only at redline is just not enough. Now maybe on a runway or flat out on the back straight of a track, but I'm telling you, this thing does not pull as anywhere near as hard. It's a little more revvy. It's definitely more agile, though the suspension's not as good as my upgraded suspension on the Speed Twin. But this does not pull as hard as the Speed Twin. It just doesn't. It's a 937cc motor. The other one is a 1200. A lot more torque. But it is very zippy and it is very fun. I just can't take the turns really hard because the suspension's way too soft for me and it's not adjustable. So it flutters around a little bit, wallows a little bit if I push it hard in the turns. I'm like 100 pounds heavier than my wife, so for her it's, you know, it's perfect. She doesn't need full Olins or any of that shit. She's not running that kind of pace. Alright, we're heading back into the sun, so that's good. Let's turn my headset on in case Scott calls me going, where the fuck you at? I don't know why the clock on this is off. Need to change that. Anyway, here we are coming up on Army Corps of Engineers, the southern tip of Lake Lanier. So this is Beaufort Dam. This is because the Chattahoochee, it's a lake. It's a really big lake, and you only never see a little bit of it at a time. But it's got around 760 or so miles of coastline. Hey, there's a hawk up there. What's up, hawk? And so what it does is it winds all over, but down the middle is the Chattahoochee. This is a big valley, multiple valleys through the little hills here. And so down there is the bottom. That's the Chattahoochee down there. The Chattahoochee, the river level is about 200 feet below me right now. Runs under this giant earth construction. And then there's a dam right here and a sluiceway. And at certain times of day, depending on the water levels and stuff, they open the sluice and a whole bunch of water flows down. I don't think it's used for power generation. I mean, it might be some a little bit. I guess there is some stuff right there, but that's not its primary use. It doesn't provide a lot of power. But let's see if I can do this turn around without running off the road. But see that? There it is. All right. Make a good noise, doesn't it? I'm hoping the mic's picking it up. I'm hoping that the recorder's working. It didn't shut off in my pocket, so I've been talking to myself for the last 20 minutes. Wouldn't be the first time. That's the problem with putting this in the back or putting it in a pocket. I am just going to assume that it's working. I don't really have much else to say, but this thing's going to keep frickin' recording the whole goddamn way because I'd have to stop and take it out of my pocket and turn it off. Ooh, someone's calling me. Let's see who this is. Yellow. Hey, what's up? Running a little bit behind here, so I am on my way. I just went over Beaufort Dam. I was shooting to 7 and I was doing some stuff, going through knives. I'm vlogging right now, actually, getting my new microphone set up, and then I look down, I'm like, oh fuck, it's 6:35. I know. It won't take that long. I'm already over Beaufort Dam, so I'm incoming now. I'm just on the other side. I should be there in like 10 minutes-ish. What's that? Yeah, of course Jake bailed. Yeah, he said something like all of a sudden, oh, I have to buy a dryer. Like, who just has to buy a dryer out of the blue like that? I don't know. That's what I was telling him. I was like, dude, you have plenty of laundry to last you the week to the weekend. Just do the sniff test. If it's still good, throw on some extra cologne, you're good. That's true. As long as the washer works. Yeah, you can always dry it manually. Oh, park in the golf cart spots. Yeah. No, they're on the little main street up there. If you're standing in the door of the lovely Wright's Fish and Chips, which is where we're going. I'm saying that because I'm vlogging right now and it's recording all this shit. So yeah. So anyway, when you're looking out their front door, diagonally to your right, you'll see that there are some golf cart designated parking spots. Now they don't say motorcycles, and the last time we parked there we all got verbal warning tickets. However, they did confirm, the restaurant owner was like, that's bullshit. She's like, we already talked to them. Those are for motorcycles or golf carts. And so they talked to the city commissioner, and they were supposed to have told the cops that, hey, those are fine to use for motorcycles. And nobody ever has golf carts over there from what I've seen, so those spots are usually open. Yeah, I guess they're going to build some houses behind it. It's a cool little place. So you're in front of the place now? Did you drive around? Oh. Yeah, I would drive back down to the front and look for golf carts. That'll, if nothing else, that'll, even if there were, say, there was a whole bunch of golf carts, that'll still kill 3 minutes and give me more time to get there. But yeah, every time I've been there, I was able to park there, so. Alright, I'll see you in a few. Bye. Yeah, I don't have my watch on, so I can't see what time it is. And, for some reason her clock's not set. I think her battery's going weak, which is weird because it's a 2022 model. I've seen a lot of shit batteries come out the last couple of years. A couple Triumphs, Ducatis, that they last for like a year, and then they have trouble keeping a charge. It's weird. So I think when this thing was turning over, it was like it like almost didn't start, and then it fired up. I think it dropped it enough that it wiped out the clock. Or maybe she just never said it. I mean, it's entirely possible. Yeah, her bike's tweaking my shoulder a little bit, although my shoulder was tweaked anyway. I think I pinched a nerve working out the other day. Trying to get all buff and ripped. Well, I'm trying to get stronger and a little marginally less fat. I think that's all I'm going to hope for at this point in my life. But, yeah, I guess I'll just keep running the audio, and if it's nothing exciting happens, I'll just edit most of this shit out. Have it be a quick test run over up to the lake part of the dam. I'm leaving it running because you never know what happened. You know, I was riding in the mountains last week, went on a group ride, and was having a blast. But I got to the one road where I'm like, this road's usually boring. There ain't much going on. So I turn it off, and I'm going down the road, and I almost hit a black bear. And I'm like, holy shit, like running along the road, like right there, there's a goddamn bear running alongside the road, but he's angling towards me like he's going to run right in front of me. And he's only like, I don't know, 12, 15 feet away. I mean, he's from here to the, little closer, I think, by the end, from here to that curb. And then I was like, holy shit, I'm going to hit this goddamn bear. So I blipped my throttle, and it startled him, and he just took off running the opposite direction, away from the road. I was like, oh, that's going to be fun. Oh, shit, I forgot to put the camera on. Because it's boring on that road and nothing ever happens. That would have been a good video of me slowing down and going, oh, there's a freaking bear. Right there. Alright, so we are entering Krav Maga. Remember, like, was it like 6 or 7 years ago, that's all anybody talked about was Krav Maga, man. This is the best martial art ever. It's like Israeli special forces uses that. And everyone thought it was like the most badass, direct, you know, just how to grab someone and kill him with no muss and no fuss. It's super efficient. And I was listening to Joe Rogan talking, and Joe knows his martial arts. And he's like, yeah, Israel does, you know why? Yeah, they do use it. Israel military and the special forces are badasses. However, you know, they had to come up with a martial arts system that Gal Gadot, that hot chick from Wonder Woman, yeah, and she's kind of badass for a chick, and, you know, I enjoy her movies, and she's certainly good to look at. But they're like, yeah, they're not like all Navy SEALs. Everybody has to do 2 years of military duty after primary school. So they're like, they had to come up with something that was easy enough to teach some skinny little model chick, how to do some moves. That doesn't mean it's the most badass martial art on the planet. And I was like, you know what? That kind of makes sense. I'm sure I wouldn't want to have a guy that's like big and strong and knows what he's doing using it on me, but yeah, I remember at the time, like, those places were popping up everywhere. It's only we talked about Krav Maga, man. Oh, forget that karate shit. You need Krav Maga. That's the real one. Is it? Is it? I don't know. All right, we are right around the corner. It smells like septic. And it's coming smell like poo. Oh, it's a strange sentence to string together, but that's the name of the town. I'm sure there's a couple jokes in there. Big D's barbecue. Oh, you slow motherfucker. Ugh. I gotta stand in traffic for another 3 minutes. Because this dude's gotta go 5 under the speed limit. This thing runs hot. My legs are bacon. Not the tasty bacon. But yeah, that heat coming off there is quite toasty. If I had marshmallows, I could probably toast them right now, but my thighs are burning. It's like we're going into a little mini ride review. I hadn't ridden this thing really in the heat like this, especially sitting in slow and traffic and all that. Your Honda Odyssey Elite. It's like you're a brother driving a minivan. There's nothing elite about a minivan. Yeah, I like the bike, but I wouldn't buy one, even though now they've got an the shit is going on over there. Even though now they have an SP model, it's just not. I think there's better bikes for the money. And I'm gonna see. There's like this chain reaction because I get out ahead of that truck. Because I get stuck behind the one guy, then I get stuck behind everybody else.